Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. If you know who this grandfather, if you know who this 65-year-old male is, please let me know, give me his name and send me a photo. And this story reads like a classic tale. It's classic. No male, listen to me carefully, and I'm going to exclude, and this is like marginally, but let's exclude the father. Okay, let's exclude the father. No male spends any amount of money on a child without wanting favors. Zero. Whether they are able to execute on the favor they want or not, that does not excuse the fact that they are looking for something in return. All 100%. 100%. So this young girl wanted to get acquainted with her grandfather. They weren't close, and he has suggested that he will buy some of her school clothing, and she could come and visit him and whatever else, and that was the end of that. It started out with him trying to reach out to his granddaughter, it being agreed that yes, you can try to get to know each other, and him offering money, pimp it. The pimp thing came out. Well, I'll buy. From the time they say I'll buy, that's the pimp that came out. Okay, the pimp came out in him, so he'll buy the girl some school clothing or whatever else. And that's the end of this. That's the beginning and the end of the story. Okay, we don't have to kick this ball down the long road. Okay, he was expecting something from his own granddaughter. He was expecting favors. Okay, like I said before, sometimes it's mental, it's in your thought, and you just want the young girl around you, and you just want to be there to maybe, watch her coming out of the shower, whatever. It could be mental, it could be psychological, but they want something. They want something. Even with fathers, they don't even want to pay child support if they're not around the child, if they're not living near the child, or if they can't visit the mother, if they can't visit the house where the child is, if they don't have access to the mother, they don't want to pay child support. They don't want to pay child support, because with them paying child support, they're always saying, well, she's seeing that I'm paying child support, so she's probably going to think I can't be that bad a guy. I'm a pretty nice guy. I'm paying child support. You're supposed to pay child support, you idiot. You're supposed to pay child support if you have a child. You're supposed to support your child. But the guy is thinking that the woman is going to see him in a different light because the checks are coming monthly, and maybe he could ease back in. You don't want her. You don't want to get back together. You don't want none of that, because it's a trap for guys. Or that marriage and all that living together, and like the worst, like I said before, the oddest photo you could ever see is a guy on a couch with a baby in his lap. It's an odd photo. Imagine it. A guy in a house sitting on a couch, and a baby is smack sitting there in the middle of his lap. It's a icky kind of, photo that you see every now and again. It is not normal. It is not normal, okay? You may want it to be normal, and you're going to say it's normal because it's happening with you, you have a father around or whatever. It's not. You cannot get into the head of a guy. You cannot get in. You do not know, and you will never know what they're thinking and how they're getting off on things. They're not going to admit it to you, okay? So yeah, this person, 65 years old, if you know who he is. In America, they tell you who people are. They tell you it's an open society. You need to become an open society. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. He has probably more than one granddaughter. So if you give his name, it doesn't point at one person. Let me know his name, send a photo, and let's get him out there so that when he does get out, because let's say he were to get out in 5 years. Let's say 5 years he gets out. He's still the same person. He's still the same person. If he gives $1, he wants $5 back. He's still the same person. They can't change. It's the way they are made. It's the way they are made. And your book, your good book says you're born in sin and iniquity. You're just born bad. Just born that way. Okay? So just send me his name. Just send me his photo. And let's move off of this and just watch to see how long he gets put away at the hotel. Justice Lorianne Smith Bovell is the judge in this matter. The case started, but before it could go through the whole rigmarole, you know, he pled guilty. He saved the whole process of going through, you know, that couple days or whatever. So he pled guilty, made it easier. So he's guilty. He's guilty, and just have to wait to see what she does. And you know, but you don't know who he is. Now you know, but still you don't know who he is. Let's tell the people who he is. Let's tell the people who this 65-year-old monster is. Okay? This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.